Louisiana specialty crops are wholesome foods that taste better because they're community grown. They are the local flavor on your plate. Louisiana specialty crops include fruits, vegetables, herbs, and other edible plants produced inside the Bayou State. This includes Big Easy Tea, produced by the Fleur De Lis Tea Company in Amite, Louisiana.
Big Easy Tea is a tea for the soul. I really think that it comes through with how much integrity that we put into the product that we make. We're the first tea farm commercially producing in Louisiana.
My name is David Barron. Welcome to the Fleur De Lis Tea Company in beautiful Amite City, Louisiana. Good morning, Commissioner.
Hello, David. How are you?
Well, welcome to Fleur De Lis Tea Company.
This is magnificent. You would never believe this was here.
Well, we're located in a beautiful part of Louisiana, Amite City. I have 160 acres of pine forest that I bought as an investment for my retirement. But a friend of mine offered me some tea plants as a novelty, and I planted the tea plants, and they generated such interest that I decided to try to develop a tea farm and a tea processing factory.
It really starts with the terroir, or that's like a wine term, basically, the microclimate of where you're growing the tea. We could take our variety, move it 30 miles, grow it there, and it might taste different than the tea that we're producing here. The biggest thing that affects the quality of tea is your plucking standard. So this is the plucking standard that we use. We use 1 bud and 2 leaves. If you were to get really fancy and you wanted an even higher quality tea, you would do 1 bud and 1 leaf, and some tea, really fancy white teas, you'll have just the bud. When there's a huge corporation and they have 10,000 acres, they might take the first 10 leaves. But what this does is it makes the tea bitter, and that's why most Americans, when they're drinking tea, they douse it in sugar. If we plucked our entire field and we did just the bud, we'd probably get an ounce of tea out of it. The tea should taste good enough on its own if you're making a high quality whole leaf tea that you don't even need to have the sugar in it. It should taste good enough already.
These plants are about 2 to 3 years old.
Okay.
This field was planted in 2019, and it takes about 5 years for a field to come to full production.
I see.
We put the plants through a rigid pruning regimen. The pruning that we do generates new stem growth and new plucking points. So that 6-foot-tall wild tea plant only has 73 plucking points. But by the way we prune it, it generates 276 plucking points. Tea, when done properly, the way we're doing it here at Fleur De Lis Tea Company, loose leaf tea, fresh from the bushes, has a wonderful taste. Of course, here in the South, we're all used to our sweet tea. But when you drink hot tea fresh from the fields, you don't need sugar, you don't need lemon, you don't need ice. It's beautiful.
When you shop your favorite grocery stores, roadside stands, and bustling farmers markets, look for Big Easy Tea and other locally grown Louisiana specialty crops.